Good morning, and thank you all for attending so early. I know it's a little tough after a long day. So I'm Christy, and this is Benoit, and today we're going to be talking about how to bring intelligence into your Power Platform apps and flows. So how many of you came to the AI Builder session yesterday? Okay, good. So what we'll be doing today is we'll be going over a little bit of the overview, similar to what we did yesterday, because there are some new people. But then we'll get right into demos, and we have a lot of good demos for you today. So how many of you have built Power Apps before? Wow, almost everybody. That's awesome. It's really intuitive and easy to do now, right? You don't really need to have a ton of development background. Any business user can build an app, or Flow for that matter. How many people have created their own AI models? All right, quite a few less. And I think, one of the things is that there is this feeling that AI is very complex, that it is not that easy to do. Typically, AI has been left to the data scientists. But really, within our businesses, most questions that are being answered through our business leaders, through our business users, people who are business analysts and data analysts. They are scouring through data, creating insights, determining patterns, projections, predictions. But yet they're not the ones doing AI. And within many companies, bringing together and having data scientists is a luxury. Very few companies have data scientists. They do if they're big or maybe even have some expertise, but most companies don't. So what does that mean? What does that mean to our businesses? What that means is as we're going along this journey, only some companies are able to leverage the power of intelligence. And we really feel like this must be democratized. Everybody should be able to bring AI and bring intelligence into their apps and flows. James talked about this yesterday as well, the digital transformation and how we've come a long ways. In the past couple of years, we've moved from the siloed data and all of these more manual expertise-based approaches to our business. Then we moved into leveraging and having these application platforms and digitizing our data so we have it all in one place. Makes it so much easier to run our businesses. The next step in this digital transformation is for us to add in intelligence throughout all of our business, every layer of our business, so that we can now automate these processes and bring us to the next level. And in order to do that, we've introduced AI Builder. Hopefully everybody has now seen and heard of AI Builder in the Power Platform. It's bringing to everyone here, everybody can now go and leverage the power of AI. It's an easy tool that you can use to tailor AI into your business. If you know your business data, you can easily customize AI to be used for you. As part of the Power Platform, this capability supports and is completely infused within the experiences you already know. You use Power Apps today or Flow, very easily can you just go and build your AI models. On top of that, because we are part of the Power Platform, we're able to have the deep integration with CDS, the Common Data Service. Everything will be written back into CDS. And you can use the power of the data connectors that you've already used, bringing data from external sources into the platform. And because we have this strong infrastructure and writing back in the Common Data Service, your Dynamics applications are able to use it just as easily. So let's take a look. Within the experiences that you know, we've just simply added it into the navigation. So you can go in as you normally would, and you should be able to see AI Builder as part of the public preview. Similarly, in Flow, you will have the same experience. Once you're there, and we'll get into this more as we do our demos, you will see the available templates to you. When you get into the build, this is the different scenarios. So as we light up between now and GA and beyond, we'll be showing more and more of the templates that you have available to you. And once you've built your model, it's very easy to integrate. You just choose to insert the controls right into your app, configure them with the model that you've just created, and you're done. And as I said, because it's stored in CDS, you can now use it in any one of your applications. So we'll go into some demos now. So how many of you asked the questions like, is this customer of top importance to me? Is my machine going to be breaking down? Do I need more inventory? These are all very common yes/no questions that we all experience day in and day out in our businesses. And historically, we have our data analysts, or our business analysts, pulling together the data, the reports, and the insights to answer these questions for us. But now, with binary classification answers this, provides AI models to answer your yes/no questions. All we need is using our experience, point and click wizard, using the historical data that you already have from the analysis that you've done, and then put it into process. So bring your data, use our experience, and integrate. 3 easy steps. So we'll do a demo of an intelligent loan assistant. I'll give you a little background on this scenario. So in business, most often, success is based on profitability, increasing revenue, decreasing costs. And in banking, it gets even a bit more complicated because the product that they're selling is credit, is money, and things that need to be returned. And so how do loan officers make sure that they are providing the right product to the right person that reduces risk so that they don't increase their costs, but they increase their revenue? And oftentimes, they will know a lot about their customer. And as everyone knows who's ever gotten any sort of loan or mortgage, there's tons and tons of paperwork. And somebody's got to comb through all of that. Wouldn't it be nice if at least at the point of sale, at the time that you're discussing with a customer, that you knew what sort of a customer is this? Is it somebody that I should provide a loan with a low interest rate? Maybe I need a higher interest rate, or maybe this person just isn't going to be a good candidate right now. These are the sorts of questions that we can come up with a model and it give that insight right out the gate so that you can have the right conversation early on, saving yourself time, cost, and improving the experience for the customer. So I'll move over here. As you see, we're now doing live demos, so cross your fingers. So in PowerApps itself, you see that AI Builder is now directly in the navigation. We've got two different menu items here. One is build. This is where we will build our models, and we'll be walking through that. And then there's models. In the models tab, this is where you go, and you will see all of the models that either you've built, you've trained, or you have access to. And we'll look at that a bit more later. So let's start with building a binary classification model for the loan officer. So the first thing I will do is to create and put in a name. Whoops. So I'll make this loan recommendation. The thing that you'll see right below here is that it'll tell you what is required for this model. In this particular case, I need a CDS entity. Luckily, my data is in CDS, so I'll move forward. So as this creates, what it will do is to bring back the different entities that I have access to. So I'll go through the entities and find the entity that I'm looking for to create the model in question. In this case, it's my personal bank loan data. Now, the next step is to choose what is it that I want to achieve with this model, or the outcome of this model. In this case, I want to see, should I approve this loan, or basically the recommendation for it. Now, this drop-down list has been filtered to only have those fields in the entity that are supported right now for this model. In this case, it's a 2-option field. So I'm choosing loan approved as my outcome. And then the next step will be bringing back all of the fields of that entity so that we can choose what are the other fields in this entity that will impact the model. Now, for most people, we believe we may not know, right? We've not built models before. So I can just go to next very easily. But for those who know very well the data, you have the choice to uncheck and actually go and select whichever fields you want. So you can play with this as you train your models. I'm going to go forward with just choosing everything. Now, when I do choose everything in the back end, it will be doing all of the featurization and selection of the necessary data that will make my best model. Now, you'll see you'll get a summary here before I start training, which will say, I'm looking to have an outcome of approved loans, and this is the entity and the number of fields. I'll go ahead and train. Now, training will take anywhere from a couple minutes to maybe even an hour or so, depending on the size of your data. In this case, I'm not using a large data set, so it should train pretty quickly. But while it's training, I'll take you to the models page. The models page here will show you all of the models that, as I said, you have access to. But it also shows you things like, when was it last trained? Is it active? Is it published? And who actually created it? So I will go to see my loan that finished training, and I see that it's got an 85% accuracy. So this is pretty good. So I'm actually going to go ahead and publish this, and I'll talk a little bit more about this. So as it's publishing, what it means to be publishing is that I'm putting it into a production state. And as I do that, what will also happen is as soon as it is put to active, it'll start scoring the data that has no score. And that scoring will happen then on a daily basis to continually score any rows that do not have a score associated with them. Now you'll see, as part of this, where we had the accuracy of the model, we also have top influencers. What this is, and what this allows you to do, is to look at what was the data that I trained with that most influenced the outcome of this model. In this case, annual income, education level, average money spent. That all makes sense to me. Like, that's what I would expect from approving a loan. So I went ahead and used that. But what that allows you to do is, if you see things that don't really make sense, since you're the business experts, you can go back through here where it says new version, and you can make a new version, start over and deselect some of those fields and retrain your model again. So now I'll just go and give you an idea. I'm not going to build the app today. Benoit has a few others, but from that data, I will show how it's already been integrated so we don't spend too much time. Here is how I've integrated my loan model directly into my application, and you can see that then it allows me, as I am talking to each of my customers, I can quickly see, oh, 80%, and I should probably recommend this. Now, because all of the scores come back between 0 and 100, you can start to also create your own thresholds. I may say that, 0 to 30, like Elton, I'm going to just say no. But maybe someone who falls between 30 and 60, I just want to increase their interest rate. And 60 to 90, maybe that's fine, and I'll keep them at the best interest rate I can give them. So overall, you can see how quickly, in just a few minutes, I was able to create my model using our very intuitive, easy-to-use wizard, and then pull it into an application where I can now really simplify my discussion with my customer and optimize my business. So with that, I'll turn it over to Benoit.
So I will go over the 3 other scenarios that you will be able to see in AI Builder. Dealing with documents, dealing with text, and dealing with object detection images. And so one of the common use cases we've seen is most of you, us included, have to deal with documents. Some of those documents are always the same. And most of the time, the way it works is you have somebody who needs to go and look at that document, read it, sometimes doing manual entry, and put it in a system somewhere, or figure out what they need to do with this document. It could be an invoice, it could be a work order, a tax form, and a lot of times those documents have always the same format. And so automating that right now is quite hard, and most of the time it's not worth the time that it requires to automate that process. And so we wanted to provide a very easy way to build either an app or a flow that is going to enable you to automate that process. That is going to be able to read that form, extract the data, and then enable you to take actions on that. And so this is what AI Builder will enable you to do rapidly. And I'm going to show you and do it with you now. And we'll do 3 things. So 1, you need to bring in your forms, those documents, bring in a couple of examples of those documents, and build a model with those. Then select the data that you want to extract from those documents, and then embed that solution in a PowerApp or a flow to automate that process. And the example I'm going to do is an invoice. You can receive a lot of invoice from your partners, and so we'll build an application and a model that is going to automate the process of processing those forms. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new forms processing model. New forms, MBAS. And I'll go through the first step that is about providing examples of such a form. So I have a bunch of documents here. We need a minimum of 5 documents, and I'm just going to upload those documents into that project. And when it's done, the first step is to analyze those documents. And so it's going to take a minute, and while it's doing that, I'm going to describe a little bit the wizard experience you see here. It's always the same when we build a model. We tell you the number of steps and what you have to do to build the AI solution. And at each step, we're going to give you tips and tricks on the right, or links to additional help if you need. In that case, for the forms processing, we support both images and PDFs. but we only support right now structured documents. So the one we wanted to update is if you have a document that has the same format and a specific structure, then we want to be able to build a model that is going to be accurate at extracting information from it. We're not supporting yet like unstructured document where you're just looking for an amount of money or name in a document. So this is really tailored to address structured documents. What it's doing right now, it's reading all the examples of those documents. It's doing optical character recognition on everything in that document to extract everything that we can see. And then we're matching what those are and trying to figure out if this is an amount of money, if this is an address, the person name. And then, so it's done analyzing. The next step is going to be to select what you want to extract. So here it's showing you everything that we detected in that document with the confidence level. And so you can select what you're interested in. And let's say it's an invoice, so you will want to extract the invoice number, probably the amount of money, who this is coming from, total, maybe the details of what's is in that invoice. And so you'll select what you want to extract, and you're basically done. Here, I'm done creating that model. I'm just going to do train. And that model now knows how to process this specific document and extract the information you specified. And so we can build an application with this. And I'll show you how to integrate this into an application and using it in Flow. So here I have a set of applications that I started building, but they're not all done. And so I'm going to take one that we need to finish building. Hopefully, if I can display my list of apps. OK. Let's take this one. So I'm going to go into PowerApps, and I'm going to use the pre-built controls that Christine described to you just before. We have a pre-built control in PowerApps to do forms processing, object detection, and business card. And so that control knows how to talk to the model that I just built. So if I go into Insert in PowerApps, and you're all familiar with PowerApps, so I'm going to describe the way you create an application. But you now have a new menu here to use the smart component that are coming with AI Builder. And so I'm going to use the form processor, because this is a model I did. I want to process a form. So I can adjust this component here. I'm going to create an application with it. The only thing I have to do is just point it to the model I just created. And so I haven't published my model. I should do that, but this one is not published, the one I just created. So to use it, I should publish it. But here, I'm just going to use another one. They're all the same, basically. What that control will do is it will enable you to take a picture or a document, process it, and give you the information back. And so you can link the output of that control into specific fields. So here, I can say, I want to take the output of the form processor model, and I want the content of the form I extracted. If you remember, I selected both fields and a table. So I'm going to select the field. And I selected all those information, so I'm going to select the invoice. And that's what I want to display in the invoice number here. And so if I run this application now, and I pass an example of this form, it's going to know, that control knows how to talk to the AI model that I just built, extract information, give you the output back, and it's going to display the output in the app you just built. And so here, we just build the output. Thanks. You can also add the full table if you want. So if you want to yeah.
Have you had written text in form?
No, not yet. That's something we want to add to enable to identify handwritten, but not yet. And you can also extract that data table, the one I just showed you before. So you can link the data table to the table that I just selected in my model before. So I can do the same and basically select form processor, select the content of the form, select the table, and there's only one table. And you will be able to see here the fields we identified in that table, and you can display it in your app. So I can display the items, the quantity, and the amount. And so you can see here that we directly took the output of that table, and we can give it to you in the app. And so this enables you to build an application for people in the field or people who need to take a picture of a paper document who are out there in the field and need to process such forms. And it enables you to do it directly and store the result back in CDS or anywhere you want.
When you open the app, where did the component come from that's displaying the data?
Here, AI Builder. So in the top right here, you have the components that have been built to work with the AI Builder model.
Sure, but then on the right where you're displaying the data in the purple, is that a control?
Oh, that's just displaying a text field and information. The one that I used below here to extract the table was just a data table that I linked to the output of the model I created. If we go back to PowerApps, you can also create flows and invoke the same model. And so here, I created a set of flows, and I created one for invoices. And so if you look at that flow, it's just an example, but you can, for example, take an attachment that you receive in Outlook. So if it's coming from somebody, and you know that document is always coming from that person, you can take the attachment and pass it to the AI model. And so you have a way here to take an attachment, invoke the model, and then it's going to give you back this output, and you can do whatever you want with it afterwards in that flow. So you can take action on the output. You can say if the amount is more than, I don't know, X amount of dollar, send it to finance, otherwise automatically approve it, or you can take any action that makes sense for you when you receive those documents. And you can store it anywhere you want as well, the output. Yeah.
Do you see this as competitor to the RPI solutions out there?
I mean, RPA is very large. It's a lot of scenarios, but for this one, it enables you to build document processing. We're addressing one specific use case of forms processing, but yeah, it enables you to automate the processing of documents.
So in the flow, when the document has a number of rows,
Yes.
that output will be an array, and we can use
Yes.
the array to create new records.
Yes. Yes. Here, when you have that data, you can decide to store it back in the Power Platform or in any other system using data connectors. What kind of other documents have we tried? And so we hesitated a lot in terms of like what is the first use case we're going to do for this one. Between unstructured document and structured document. We started with structured document because we know we can be fairly accurate at processing and automating these kind of documents. And the next one we'll look at is probably more unstructured document, where you're just looking for specific information in a document that doesn't always have the same format. The next one I wanted to show you, if we go back to the slides, are pictures. So a lot of times, many people also want to be able to detect things in images or just in a scene. If I want to detect the suitcase over there or glasses. And so we wanted to provide a convenient way to build such a model to detect objects and embed it into an application. And so similarly, I'm going to go through those different steps. How do you take your images and test data to build a model? How do you use the same component in PowerApps? And then publishing an application makes it usable by anybody. So once you've built that application, you can publish it to your company, and anybody can use the model you created. And the example I'm going to use are tea bags. If you go to the booth, we have other data sets. We took picture of a fridge and other objects, so you can play with it. And here I'm going to build a model to identify those tea bags and build an application with it. So going back here and doing object detection, I'm going to do tea bag embass. You're going to need two things. You're going to need the name of the products you want to detect or the objects you want to detect, and you need images. And so if you don't have those objects in CDS, it's very easy to ingest. You can ingest it from Excel or use one of the many data connectors that we have to ingest those names. We're just going to ask you to tell us what those objects are. And here I'm going to do different kinds of tea bags. And then I'm going to upload images to train that model. This one takes a little bit more time, so I'm not going to do it all because you need 15 images per tag. So here I'm trying to detect 3 different objects, so I'll need at least 45 images, and it's going to be a bit long, but I'm going to do a handful so they can see what you have to do. So the only action that you have to do is box the object that you want to identify. By default, we provide, it's hard to see, but you can see my mouse. It's a clicker because we identified objects already for you. So we already provide you all of the areas and objects we identified in that picture so that you just have to click and select the object that we're talking about. If we don't identify it, you can always draw a box yourself. And here I'm not going to take the paper bag. And so you do that on your images. And you can do that, again, manually. I can do cinnamon or just use the box we offer you. I'm going to stop here and take a model that I already created because otherwise I need to do 50 of those. And here on the right side, we give you the total that you already did. And so if you didn't do at least 15 for each of the tags you want to identify, you can't go forward. So I can't even do next on this one. So I'm going to close this one, and I'm going to use one of the models I created. It's the exact same one with the set of images. And I'm going to build the application that will detect those tea bags. And so similarly here, I have an incomplete application. And I will finish building that application using the pre-built control for object detection. Sorry. So this control, again, pre-built because it knows how to talk to the vision model. It's going to pass the images. It's in the back end, we're going to process the image, and then we're going to give the result back. And the object detection control is going to overlay the result on top of the image and pass the output back to the application for you to build the rest of your app. So if I go back to those AI Builders controls, I'm going to do object detection. And when I bring it into the app, it asks me the model I want to use. So I'm just going to select this one. Here, for the sake of time, I already did what I demoed in the previous version, which is just display the output of the model here. And I don't have to do anything else. I just have to tell that control which model to use, and that's it. Then if you take a picture, it will automatically process it and give you the output. And so you can build any app with this for frontline worker, or if you want to automate processing those pictures. You can also customize the application. So here we detected all 3. We provide you the opportunity as well to customize slightly that control. So if you want to make the image visible or not, if you want to display the labels or not, if you want to make them big, you can tune how you want to display that control a little bit. So that's object detection. That's how we enable you to build object detection and embed it in an app. Thank you. The last one I'm going to do is text. Oh, yeah.
I think you might hit it, but we've seen that before. Microsoft take an image and translate it into like a table format. I think the traditional
Yeah, we're looking at doing that feature. So it's already part of the forms processing one, identifying the table. It's on our roadmap to do that kind of things with images as well. We haven't gone to it yet. But again, this is the first version. This is the preview. We have 4 scenarios, but we'll keep adding more and more of those scenarios. Yep.
For the form detection, or when you have a document, can it do something like if you have a sales order, can it match the salesperson in your database and then send them a flow based on the name or something like that? Is that something that's possible at all?
So I'm going to repeat the question. Sorry for the other one. So the question was, can you match the name to a record in your database when we do form processing? Well, yes, you can do that with Flow, or to build that business logic. We basically give you the name, and then you can extract and match it to a CDS record if you want to. And so at that point, you add that information. You can match and develop the business logic that you want with Flow. So the infrastructure for running AI Builder is on CDS, but as you saw in PowerApps or Flow, we give you the output, and then you can do whatever you want with the output, so you can store it in your own storage or anywhere you want. No, they have to have a CDS for AI Builder to run, because everything to host the model, manage the models, all of the infrastructure of AI Builder is built into the Power Platform, and so you need to be a Power Platform user and have a CDS. But then the output, you can do whatever you want with it. So another common scenario is you're receiving a lot of text and, sorry, another questions? Yeah. Yes. That's correct. The form processing is really, you need to build one model for one specific document. And so if you want to identify 3 or 4 different, or you have 3 or 4 different kinds of documents, you will need to build 3 or 4 models. So the question was, I selected entities for the product names. Are those entities we can already use? No, that's just an entity and a data field I created in CDS from an Excel, to be honest. It's just entering a bunch of names in CDS, and that's it. So you can use any entity anywhere you store your product's names. So the other common scenario is just you receive, I'm sure we all do, we do as well, we receive emails from customers, you have websites where people can enter comments or send you emails, you receive support ticket, and so we wanted to build a very convenient way to build an AI solution, parse that information, extract keywords or labels, so that you can dispatch and process this information easily. And so this is a demo I'll do now. How can I take those user comments or pieces of text and the labels I want to associate to it? How can I build a model with it? And then how can I use that in Flow to automate the processing of comments as they come in? The one I'll use is an hospital example. So imagine customers, when they check out, they can leave a comment after their stay in the hospital, and we want to process those comments automatically. And so going back to AI Builder, I can build a text classification model. And the thing we wanted to do with text classification is enable you to bring your own labels. We don't know what makes sense for your business. We don't know what you're looking for in that text. And so we'll ask you to provide 2 things. We'll ask you to provide the text. And so again, I can look anywhere in CDS where I'm storing my user comments. Let's say I have a table with where I store those user comments. So here it's basically healthcare feedbacks. And you can see those are just customer feedback examples. And then we want to enable you to bring your own labels. So what does this piece of text mean for you? We'll enable you to select how you store those tags. And that's basically the two information you'll need. Those are my customer comments. And this one is about staff. This one is about the facilities. This one is about the check-in experience or the care, because that's what matters to me in that specific example. So you're bringing both your comments and the labels you want to use. And that's the only thing we do. We're going to build a model for you with this one. You can build different models for different languages. And here, when we train, we're going to craft a model unique for you to do that classification. I'm not going to wait for it to finish because it takes a couple of minutes, but I can take one that I have here, I believe this one. Once it's done, we enable you to just take, was great. You can test the model, so you can input any new text that you have, and we'll run the model and tell you what we believe this is about. So in that example, it's about staff, and we're like 68% confident.
So then those tags are based off of relationships that are built in CDS, or how does that get configured?
Yes, those tags have to be on one specific line. Like there needs to be a relationship between the text and the tag. So it's just basically, imagine an Excel with like 2 columns. It's like the text, the tags. That's it. Yes. And so how do you use this? You can use it in a flow. Then, like when that model is built, you can invoke it from flow. So you can basically pass it any text, invoke the model, and then process it the way you want. So in that example, I use Forms Pro, for example, to do a survey. I believe I have it here. Let's see. So imagine you use Forms Pro to build a survey like this. I'll give it 4 stars. I write my comments. I can, oops, sorry, where is my flow? Sorry, here. Then I can take the output of that survey and pass it to the model I just created here. So take the output of forms, invoke the model you created. You can select the model that you created, pass it the text, and we'll give you the tags coming out of the model afterwards. So you can say if the tag that you recognize is staff, for example, then send an email to the staff manager. Or if this is about facility, send that text to the facility manager. And you can process it however you want. So we really wanted to provide a convenient way to do that first level of filtering when you receive text and customer feedbacks. How do you do that first level of sorting to give it to the person who needs to take a look at it? And that's the way we wanted to build it with AI Builder, or we built it. Thanks. So that's text processing. I think I have one last one. Okay. We're also starting to build pre-built models, so things you don't have to train. So this is something we'll continue adding. They will show up in PowerApps as we go. Those ones, you don't need to go through a wizard. You don't need to teach the model or tailor a model. They're pre-built to address a specific business case. So in that case, we did one, which is a business card reader. And it's pre-built. It's available in PowerApps now. So if you go to PowerApps, you have a new control. And you can process business cards automatically. Oops, sorry. I need to edit the app. And so if I edit or want to build an app that is going to read a business card, I can use that pre-built control. I don't have to tailor it or anything. Just use it. And we're going to give you the output of the business card. So in that example, I'm going to do the same. I can do insert and use the pre-built control. Here, I already created the app. And the only thing that I did is just take the output of the business card reader and display the information. And that's what I did with those different fields. So display the name, display the job title, and that's coming from that control that I just drag and drop. And so By just doing this, that control knows how to take a picture, clean it up, because you can see that the picture I'm going to use here, the business card is far away, but we're going to identify where the business card is, process it, put it in the shape that we can use, then run OCR on top of it, and extract the information for you. And so that control is doing that for you. You don't need to train it. And we're going to continue to add like pre-trained models like that for specific business use cases.